A man is recovering from a gunshot wound to the stomach, and the people responsible are still missing after an overnight shooting.
And authorities say a missing Wisconsin teen was home when her parents were shot and killed. We'll share the latest on the case.
This is News 3 This Morning.
Good morning and welcome to News 3 This Morning. It is Thursday, October 18th. As you can tell there, a lot of really heavy news this morning to share. But what's great and makes you smile is this forecast.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty nice today. We're in the 50s again today, even close to 60 in some spot with plenty of sunshine. Now, we don't have that sun just yet. Sunrise is at 7:15 this morning, so another hour and 15 minutes. Our whole show is in the dark these days. 28 degrees right now is the temperature, so it is colder than it was yesterday, but no wind, so we don't have to worry about wind chill this morning. Here's a look at our current temperatures across the region. Many spots are waking up to temps in the 20s. It has dropped to 26 in Watertown, 25 in Lone Rock, 28 here in Madison, but still 34 in Monroe. Temps over the next 12 hours are going to climb rather quickly into the mid and upper 50s today. I think our high will be right around 3 o'clock at 58 degrees. Southwesterly winds, though, will be increasing as well, so it's going to be breezy again today. Our traffic update this morning, your first alert traffic maps showing you just a few brake lights on the Beltline right around the Stoughton Road area. Otherwise, no other accidents or delays to report. You're still going at posted speeds on the interstate and all the major routes into Madison.
That's what we like to see this early in the morning because it can always change.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Hattie.
You're welcome.
6:01 your time now. A man is in the hospital this morning after what police think started as a robbery escalated into a shooting overnight. Police say they received a report that a man had been shot around 9 last night in an apartment building on Hammersley Road, just off the Beltline near Nakoma. Police found a 30-year-old man with a serious gunshot wound to the stomach. He is expected to be okay. Police are now looking for 2 suspects they think were trying to rob that man.
Madison officers are also looking for a man who robbed a taxi cab driver around bar time this morning. Police say this happened on Browning Road, close to Warner Park on the city's north side. The suspect got into the cab, pulled a handgun on the driver, and ran off with cash. The driver was not hurt. Another man is okay this morning after being robbed near Easttown Mall. This happened around 4:30 p.m. yesterday on Columbus Lane. That's right near the formal wear stores off East Washington. Police say 2 men in their 20s fired a shot toward the victim as he ran away. Police say the suspects knew that victim and they're still searching for them this morning.
And another robbery to report on this morning. Police are looking for the suspects in a case where a man was forced into a car at gunpoint in the middle of the day. It happened yesterday, just before 3 in the afternoon. Officers say a 36-year-old man from Portage was in the KFC parking lot on Greenway Cross when he was ordered into a gold Honda Accord. He told police 3 people were inside that car. One of them had a gun. They took his phone and his money, then let him go unharmed along Cyan Road. Officers don't have anyone in custody yet this morning.
Madison firefighters will work to figure out what caused a fire at an East Side building yesterday morning. That building in the 6500 block of Manufacturers Drive was under construction when it caught fire around 11 a.m. People called in to report black smoke coming from the building while crews were working on the roof. It took about an hour to knock that fire down and make sure construction materials were not going to reignite. No one was hurt.
Police in northern Wisconsin are still looking for the teenager missing from her home and the gun that was used to kill her parents. The Barron County Sheriff said in a press conference yesterday that 13-year-old Jamie Kloss was likely at home when both her parents were shot to death. Relatives told CBS News the family's front door was shot in. Officers did not find that gun inside the house. An Amber Alert was issued for Jamie Monday after officers got a 911 call from inside that home. They will not say who that phone belonged to, though. Now, if you know anything, the sheriff asks that you call that tip number at the phone number right there on your screen or dial 911.
6:04 right now. There's an effort on the UW-Madison campus today to recruit future engineers, accountants, even interior designers to work at Foxconn.
They'll have space for up to 13,000 new employees once the massive factory in Racine County is completed. And many of those employees could be UW graduates. Our Christina Laurie is live at UW's Engineering Hall with more on the first Foxconn Day. Good morning, Christina.
Good morning, Leah and Danica. Homecoming week, of course, is always a big week here on the UW campus. It's getting even bigger this year with inaugural Foxconn Days. We're joined this morning with the Dean of the College of Engineering, Ian Robertson. Good morning.
Good morning.
So today's event, of course, is open to engineers, but you're also looking to recruit students of all different majors. Who are you speaking to specifically?
So we're hoping today that students from all across campus will come and see Foxconn and learn about the Foxconn company and what the job opportunities are. So it's open to all campus.
What kind of jobs are available for students? What kind of areas is Foxconn looking to recruit in?
So they'll be looking for people who are obviously engineers, can set up the technical side, but they're also looking up for the business side. If you look beyond that, they'll be looking for people just in HR relations, community development, so wide range of people.
And you're expecting a large number of alumni also to come back. What kind of pitch does Foxconn have to those alumni?
I think the pitch to alumni is just to show what Foxconn does. I mean, we all know them for making our Apple iPhones or flat screens TVs, but they're much more than that. And this is an opportunity for people just to learn about the breadth of activities Foxconn's engaged in.
Great, thank you so much. We're keeping Dean Robertson here with us, and he'll join us again in the next half hour. But in the meantime, if you have any questions about Foxconn Days, please send them in to us on our Facebook page, and I'll ask them to the Dean coming up in the next half hour. Today's Foxconn Days event starts at 8 o'clock this morning and runs until 5 o'clock. Same goes for tomorrow as well.
All right, some pretty exciting stuff happening on the UW campus today. Christina Laurie live this morning. See you in a bit, Christina.
6:06 right now, so the Brewers will fly back to Milwaukee today, where they are hoping home field advantage will help them advance to the team's first World Series in decades. The Dodgers beat the Brewers yesterday 5-2, putting them a game ahead in the series and a win away from the National League title. Milwaukee continued to struggle at the plate. Clayton Kershaw only allowed 3 hits over 7 innings. The big talker, though, happened in the first inning when Brewers manager Craig Counsell pulled starter Wade Miley just after 1 batter, replacing him with Brandon Woodruff in an attempt to throw off LA's lineup. It didn't work well enough. The Brewers now have to win Game 6 tomorrow and Game 7 on Saturday to keep the postseason run alive. Both games are at Miller Park. First pitch tomorrow is just after 7:30 on Fox Sports 1.
Fingers crossed. A lot of us are going to be staying up late to watch that game.
Yeah, late in quotations. Late for us.
Late for us. All right, 6:07 your time. Now, we are switching gears this morning to talk about a rare but serious disease that's made its way to Wisconsin. It could cause paralysis, and the average age of someone affected by it is 4 years old. Dr. Mara will tell us what we need to know about AFN. That's after the break.
Before that, Hattie's talking about a really nice fall day. Sun comes up around 7:15, and it's going to stay out after that. She'll tell us just how much warmer it might feel out there when News 3 This Morning continues.
Good morning from the patio. All bundled up again this morning. Temperatures are definitely cool, but we don't have any wind, which is a nice change from the last couple of mornings. Take a look at our roller coaster ride that we've been on so far this month of October. The one thing we haven't been is near normal, really. Temperatures have either been way above normal or way below, but when you average it out, the numbers indicate that we are running pretty typical for this time of the year when you average out those extreme highs and lows. We've been a little cooler though for the last week. Temperatures hitting highs right around 50 yesterday. That was mild, but still cooler than it should be for this time of the year. Weather track is pretty quiet this morning, not showing you any clouds or radar returns in the area. If we zoom out to the Midwest perspective, you'll notice that there are some clouds to the south. A lot of rain still in the forecast for parts of Texas with a steady stream of moisture out of the Gulf, but for us, things are going to stay quiet. We're actually going to warm it up over the next couple of days, and we're already seeing evidence of that on the map this morning. Looking across the plains, take a look at some of those temperatures. 48 in North Platte, 44 in Omaha, 38 in Des Moines, even 35 in Minneapolis and 35 in Bismarck. That's warmer than we are here in Madison. 28 degrees in the capital city this morning, 27 in the Dells and 28 in Janesville. A few spots in southwestern Wisconsin, though, are in the 30s right now. Overall, temperatures are running about 10 to 15 degrees colder than they were this time yesterday, but I mentioned the lack of wind, so it actually doesn't feel any colder. Future track wind speeds and directions through the day are going to show you an increase in wind speed today, 10 to 20 miles an hour this afternoon, so another breezy afternoon. But this time, unlike yesterday, it's a southwesterly wind, which is relatively warm. Temperatures should be a little bit warmer than they were yesterday. Wind should die back later on this evening. Future track shows you to expect a lot of sunshine, just a real lack of moisture in the area right now. So we expect mostly sunny skies through the day with temperatures climbing to highs in the mid and upper 50s. Right around 58 here in Madison, 57 in Mineral Point, and 55 in the Dells. Staying clear this evening, but overnight clouds roll in and there even is a chance for a shower as we head towards daybreak tomorrow. That threat for rain continues through the morning but ends in the afternoon on Friday. So if you have plans Friday evening, doesn't look like you should have to worry about the rain. Any rain amounts as well are going to be less than 1/10 of an inch. Here's a look at your extended forecast. We stay in the upper 50s tomorrow, but there will definitely be more clouds in the area. On Saturday and Sunday, we're back into the 40s. Saturday will be breezy and chilly. Some of those rain showers may mix with snow flurries at times. No accumulation is expected. Now let's get a look at your first alert traffic maps this morning with Jason Stone. Good morning, Jason.
Good morning. No issues so far on the Beltline as drivers are moving at the posted speed limit, although we are seeing some volume increase near around the Stoughton Road interchange. All routes coming into Madison are clear for your morning commute, but it is getting busier and delays will show up soon. Roads are mostly clear downtown. Light traffic as of now on East Wash near Capitol Square, and brake lights starting to show up on East Wash before the Highway 30 interchange. With your first alert traffic, I'm Jason Stone.
All right, thank you so much, Jason. Thanks, Hattie. 6:14 your time now. The CDC has confirmed more than 60 cases of AFM across the country. That's a rare disease that can be confused with polio, and it can cause paralysis.
Two of those cases, I should say, are here in Wisconsin. So we wanted to ask our medical expert, Dr. Mandira Mehra, whether we should be concerned about all of this. Dr. Mehra, good morning.
Good morning.
So more than 100 cases being investigated as possibly linked to all of this. I mean, we should start this conversation out by saying this is a rare condition, correct?
Correct. So no reason for immediate panic.
Yeah.
However, as a parent, when you hear something like this, it can be very scary. Like we were talking about earlier, the average age is 4. About 90% of cases happen in under 18.
Wow.
So again, not really a common adult population type of disease, but what we're looking at is an acute, basically flaccid paralysis. And so what often starts off, things that parents should look for, what often starts off as sort of an acute respiratory illness, maybe a viral illness, will suddenly present with children having arm and leg weakness, sometimes facial weakness. The really, really scary thing, of course, is diaphragm weakness, which can result in being ventilator dependent, and you won't be able to breathe on your own. Now, a lot of patients are making a full recovery with some residual weakness, but it's really mysterious here. It's been going on for a number of years, but like you said, it is rare. We think that maybe things like West Nile virus, enteroviruses, some adenoviruses, maybe the initial presenting virus that then makes this autoimmune process happen, where the spinal cord basically begins to attack itself. The body says, hold on, something's not right here. So if as a parent you notice any of these symptoms, that suddenly your child is weak and can't breathe or has a facial droop, definitely seek medical attention. A really scary thing also is that we don't have a cure. We don't really have a great treatment out there. We have lots of theories and we have great supportive care, but definitely to seek medical attention quickly.
Because it's amazing that we're comparing this to polio. I mean, that's a disease that we haven't heard about, you know, for decades being a problem. So this could be, I mean, I can't imagine watching a kiddo go through this and just not understanding.
And not knowing sort of the trajectory and where we're going here. The nice thing is that so far the CDC has investigated 30 to 60 cases in the U.S. None have tested positive for polio. So there's no fear for, you know, no cry for alarm that, oh my God, polio's back. We've done a great job eradicating it. Vaccines did their job. I think advice to parents is to, of course, keep your kids vaccinated, proper hand hygiene. If kids are sick, keep them home from school. And then, of course, seek immediate medical attention if you notice any kind of weakness, paralysis, those sorts of symptoms.
Pretty scary. We are also talking this morning about a report by the FDA that says hundreds of supplements have unlisted and unapproved ingredients in them. Is that something we should be concerned about?
This is definitely something to take pause and think about, because over half of us, half of Americans, are taking some kind of supplement, some kind of over-the-counter nutrient type pill, and we'd say, well, this is great for us, right? We see the commercials, they promise to do amazing things like boost muscles and lose weight and those sorts of things. Unfortunately, the testing has shown from the FDA that many of these supplements and nutrients don't have the approved ingredients. Now, this is very concerning because, of course, many of us have medical conditions, or we're on different types of medications, or we may be doing harm to our body because we don't know these supplements have other active ingredients in them. Now, of course, a lot of you might be at home thinking, well, how is this FDA approved then? How are these available on the market and over the counter? There is a clause that in 1994 that said that basically supplements do not need to be FDA approved pre-marketing or before they hit the market. Unlike most pharmaceuticals given to you by your physician that are prescribed, those have to go through, of course, stringent testing and research and all these sorts of things. So the FDA is kind of limited here because they can really only do post-market testing. So, of course, talk to your doctor, be aware of any side effects that may be associated with these things, and take them with caution.
Some good stuff to remember next time you buy those fish oil pills.
Absolutely.
All right. Dr. Mara, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Great to be here.
6:18 right now, and a nonprofit here in Madison is taking its generosity up to Sauk County, helping people who are still trying to rebuild and clean up after flooding this summer. We'll tell you what they're doing and how you can get some help coming up.
And if there are any kiddos watching before you get on the bus this morning, yes, you're going to need to grab an extra layer, but you might just be able to lose it by this afternoon. Hattie's going to update her first alert forecast. That's next on News 3 This Morning.
Good morning, I'm meteorologist Hattie McLean. Technically, it's colder outside this morning. Temperatures are in the 20s, but winds are light, skies are clear, and we're going to see a nice warm up today. Take a look at Weather Track, which is satellite and radar combined. Nothing showing up on the map around here. Skies are completely clear. 28 in Madison, 28 in Janesville, 26 in the Dells. A few spots still hanging on to 30s this morning. Winds are very light, though, so no wind chill to factor in. Here's your bus stop weather forecast. Temperatures will climb quickly today. By the lunch hour, already approaching 50 degrees. When the bus drops you off back at home later today, temps will be in the upper 50s. Sunshine all day. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much, Hattie. So neighbors in Middleton are helping one of their own after this summer's historic flooding. Penny Klein was the city's public lands director for 16 years before retiring last year. She was instrumental in developing trails and parks around Middleton. But you're seeing pictures here of her small-scale farm. It was seriously damaged by flooding back in August. The community has already exceeded its $10,000 goal to help her rebuild, but there's another chance to help this weekend. You can sit down for a spaghetti and meatball dinner at Club Tavern. That goes from 2 to 7 on Sunday. There will also be a silent auction to support Patty.
Catholic Charities of Madison also looking to help out. It's giving out more than 250 $100 gift cards to flooding victims in Sauk County. Families can pick up those cards at St. Joseph's Catholic Church in Baraboo on October 25th, starting at 4 o'clock. They'll be handed out on a first-come, first-served basis.
Construction crews are hard at work in Mazomanie fixing an overpass and a washed-out trail that were damaged during those floods this summer. They're working on U.S. Highway 14, the viaduct there, and the Wolf Trail, which runs below that overpass. The bridge will remain open to traffic during that construction. It should be done by mid-December. It'll cost more than $650,000.
The Center for Suicide Awareness is celebrating the 100 lives they've helped save through a text line as they hit their 4-year anniversary. Hope Line is a 24/7 emotional support crisis number. It's for anyone who might be having suicidal thoughts or might be just going through a tough time. Jamie Perez spoke with a Marine Corps veteran who says that text line helped save his life. He now works at the center to help save others.
Whether you're 10 years old or 60 years old or a veteran or, LGBTQ or whatnot, we've got a myriad of different ages, races, populations to text in and say, I need help.
If you or someone you know needs help, you can text Hope Line to 741-741 to find that support. You can see Jamie's full story. That's coming up later tonight on News 3 at 10. All right, 6:24 your time now. Christina Laurie is live on the UW campus this morning. That's where Foxconn representatives will be later today talking tech careers.
And as Canada becomes the second country in the world to legalize recreational marijuana, a number of Wisconsin counties want to know how you feel about the idea. The day's top stories are next on News 3 this morning. The president will make his case for Republican voters to get out to the polls across Wisconsin in next month's midterms. We're looking ahead to President Trump's visit.
And they're hiring. Foxconn is on the UW campus today, pitching to students, alumni, and members of the community. We're talking live with the Dean of Engineering coming up.
This is News 3 This Morning.
Good morning and welcome to the final half hour of News 3 This Morning. It is almost 6:29 on this Thursday, October 18th. A pretty cool little setup behind Christina there. It's almost looking like a really high-tech Lego set.
Yeah, lots of stuff going on. Oh, check that out. That is
Nice.
neat. Very cool. Lots of stuff going on the UW campus today. Not a bad day to get over there and check it out. 28 degrees right now, but you better believe it's going to go up. Hattie's got the layers on out on the patio. She might be shedding them a little later this afternoon. Good morning, Hattie.
Yeah, you won't need the scarf later on today, but we do have kind of a chilly start this morning. Skies are clear and winds diminished overnight. That sets us up for a cold start early today. We're down in the 20s in many spots, but it makes for a beautiful sunrise. The view from the Edgewater Skycam is very pretty this morning with the Capitol Dome illuminated. Skies are clear across the entire area. I'm not seeing any clouds on the map. 28 here in Madison. 26 in the Dells, 30 though in Prairie du Chien and Platteville. So not quite as chilly in the southwestern corner of the state. Winds are calm in most locations this morning, so no wind chill to factor in. It actually doesn't really feel any worse than it did yesterday. Look at that amount of sunshine that we have in the forecast today. Skies are expected to be clear today with highs at 58 degrees later on this afternoon. It will turn breezy though with that southwesterly wind increasing. So far things have been very quiet on the roads this morning, and it looks like that trend is continuing right now. No major delays or backups forming just yet. You're still going at posted speeds heading into Madison. And that's your first alert traffic.
All right, Hattie, thank you so much. We start this half hour with politics. President Trump will be in Wisconsin next week supporting Governor Walker and other Republicans ahead of next month's midterms. The president announced he will hold a rally at the Mosinee Airport. That's just south of Wausau. That happens next Wednesday, October 24th. He is expected to talk about growing the Republican majority in Congress. It will be President Trump's first visit to Wisconsin since late June when he was in the Racine area at a groundbreaking ceremony for the new Foxconn plant. We want to remind you as well that Governor Walker and his Democratic opponent, Tony Evers, will debate tomorrow night. You can watch that right here on WISC-TV 3. It starts at 8 p.m. Chief political reporter Jessica Arp will be part of the panel leading that debate. It's sponsored by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association.
Besides candidates, 16 counties and 2 cities in Wisconsin will be seeing questions about marijuana on their ballots next month. That includes Dane, Rock, Marquette, and Sauk counties. But those questions are only to gauge public opinion. They won't actually require lawmakers to take action. News 3 asked the state's attorney general candidates about their stances. Democrat Josh Kaul says he supports legalizing it right away for medical use, but would decide later whether he would support recreational use. Current AG Brad Schimmel says he's against recreational use and says the state should talk to the FDA before legalizing marijuana for medicinal purposes. Now, according to a Marquette Law School poll from August, 61% of voters support full legalization, while 36% are against it.
Ahead of its massive factory opening in Racine County, Foxconn's recruiting for hundreds of positions right here in Wisconsin.
That search is coming to the UW-Madison campus starting today. The first ever Foxconn Days is an attempt to get Wisconsin graduates working for one of the biggest tech companies in the world. Christina Laurie is live on campus this morning with what's happening today and tomorrow. Good morning, Christina.
Hi, Leah and Danica. Students, alumni, community members will not only learn about the new jobs that Foxconn has to offer, they'll also learn about the new research collaborations between the campus and the company. We're joined this morning by the UW Dean of Engineering, Ian Robertson. Can you talk a little bit about that research partnership?
So the research partnership will be with our entire campus, will be with the medical school, with the Carbon Cancer Center, with engineering, data science, computer science. So basically it covers our entire campus. So lots of exciting opportunities for new research partnerships with Foxconn.
How soon are these research projects starting? Are they already underway?
So they're very close to being started. We're just in the final stages of negotiation with them about the projects that they want to get started with, and then we'll launch them. So I'd imagine by the end of the year we'll start seeing some new projects.
And so this is the first Foxconn Days, but you're hoping that eventually it could become an annual event and these research partnerships will be presented at that. Is that correct?
Yeah, the idea is that we'll always have a Foxconn Day and we'll be able to showcase the research that's been done through that partnership. It's part of the way we can actually disseminate the information we get from the research.
Great. So anyone can come out today. You don't have to just be in the College of Engineering. This is open to students of all different majors, starting at 8 o'clock this morning, going until 5 o'clock tonight, and again tomorrow as well. So if you're a student, member of the community, alumni, come out here to Engineering Hall. There's a lot of exciting things we have to offer. This display behind me is just one of the many things here.
Yeah, that's a pretty serious Lego set there. It lights up and everything.
Yeah, I don't know if it is Legos, but it looks pretty cool regardless.
All right, Christina Laurie reporting live for us this morning. Thanks, Christina.
6:34 right now. Foxconn isn't the only tech giant hoping to tap into the bright minds over at UW. Google is hosting a pair of information sessions today, talking with students about internships and full-time positions. Now, those jobs aren't necessarily in Silicon Valley, more on the business side of things. 3 former Badgers who now work for Google are going to lead those sessions. Juniors and seniors are encouraged to bring their resumes. There's a meeting this morning from 9:30 to 10:30 at Granger Hall and another from 6:30 to 7:30 tonight.
If you have a student hoping to get a pharmaceutical degree, UW-Madison is now offering a first-of-its-kind concentration that could help make their resume stand out. The UW School of Pharmacy is partnering with the Wisconsin School of Business to create the Pharmacy OTM concentration. It's to help pharmacy students get the essential business training they're going to need in the workforce without having to delay their graduation date. PharmD students can take part in 12 credits of classes right alongside MBA students. That's where they'll learn things like managerial accounting and technology management.
So we wanted to take some time to talk this morning about mental health care coverage after Wisconsin received a failing grade for laws that make sure doctors are treating those concerns like any other medical condition. The Kennedy Satcher Center for Mental Health Equity found that 1 in 9 kids and teens just about have a diagnosable mental health illness, or mental illness, I should say, in the state. That's more than the national average of 1 in 12. More than 1 in every 6 adults in Wisconsin has a mental illness as well, about even with the national average. We're better than average when it comes to the number of people uninsured, but the Dane County chapter of the National Association on Mental Illness says it hopes the report is a wake-up call to leaders here in the state. If you're looking for more information on mental health related topics, you can head to channel3000.com/time4kids. That's where you can find some resources for anyone who's looking to take time to talk. 6:36 right now. The FBI is still searching for a 13-year-old from Barron County as local police search for the gun used to kill her mom and dad. We'll update that case in the morning sprint.
And there's a move to have Milton School District take over a park in the area. We'll tell you why that could help improve athletics there when News 3 This Morning continues.
Welcome back. 6:39 on this Thursday morning. So we always ask you to share your morning with us, and this one I just couldn't resist. Wendy sent it over saying, when you commute by bike, you get to stop and enjoy. Just a gorgeous shot. We're not quite sure where it is, but nevertheless.
You know what this reminds me of is Door County.
Yeah.
Both you and I have been there recently. Gorgeous shot. Kind of think I need to take another vacation up there. Check out some lighthouses. Why not? Thanks for sharing, Wendy. What does your morning look like? Take a picture, post it on our Facebook page, maybe on Twitter, and use the hashtag MyNews3Morning. We share our favorites every morning right here on the program.
There is a Milton Park next to the high school football stadium that could soon be owned by the school district. The Janesville Gazette's reporting that the city council seems pretty willing to let the district take control of Central Park. Administrators asked to own that land so they could replace the tennis courts there. That will cost up to $350,000, which would be included in the school's budget for next year. That budget already includes significant upgrades for the track and field facilities.
Last week, the district's Strategic Planning Committee put a $60 million limit on a referendum on the ballot this spring. They want voters to sign off on more money for maintenance, a new high school pool, expansions for the elementary, middle, and high schools, and upgrades to the high school gym. The district was able to narrow down their list of upgrades after a community workshop session. The vote on that April ballot will be the district's third try for a referendum in the last 2 years.
So not a bad day to get out, find a park, find a football field, find whatever you can outside because Hattie expects we're going to get up close to 60 today with lots of sunshine to soak in. Oh, gorgeous look at the sun trying to peek up a little early on this morning. Things cool down again, though, as we head into the weekend. Hattie's full forecast is coming up.
But first, it's October 18th. Happy birthday to Elaine and all the kiddos turning 3 today. Feel free to share that cake, and thanks for watching News 3 This Morning. Wow, take a look at that. You're taking a live look outside right now at the west side of Madison. The sun just starting to peek out on this Thursday morning on another gorgeous fall day ahead. Hattie's going to have the details of just how much sun you're going to see. That's coming up in just a few minutes. Now, if you're feeling lucky this morning, you should with a sunrise like that. You might want to stop at the gas station on your way into work and pick up a lottery ticket.
Yeah, no one won the Powerball jackpot last night. That means the pot will be up to $430 million for Saturday's drawing. And then tomorrow night, Mega Millions will draw numbers for the second largest jackpot in that game's history. That prize, $900 million. Oof. Just to make sure your expectations are in check, you are 80 times more likely to be killed by a shark this year than you are to win the Mega Millions. And ladies, we are 432 times more likely to give birth to identical quadruplets than to win that kind of prize.
Great statistics there.
Yeah, exactly. I believe we are 100% guaranteed to have a great forecast for today, Hads.
We are, but you're saying there's a chance.
I know, exactly. Who's got the pool going, Hads, right?
Someone has to win it, right? Well, here's a look at our statistics, though, for the fall. What I can tell you is looking back to 1970, we've seen our fall temperatures increase from an average temperature right around 47 degrees to an average temperature above 50 last year. So a definite upward trend with those numbers. And that's the average temperature for September, October, and November. So for a 3-month period, the meteorological fall. It hasn't really felt that warm around here, though, lately. We've kind of been much below normal as far as those temperatures are concerned. And we continue with that below normal trend through the rest of the weekend, right into the first part of next week. But some of the longer forecast models are looking like we may warm up just a little bit towards the end of next week. So maybe a little hope on the horizon. Look at weather track, though. It's just satellite and radar combined across the southern part of the United States. It's a steady stream of moisture from the Gulf into Texas. And unfortunately, that weather pattern continues. They've been inundated with very heavy rain in some parts of Texas for the last couple of days. And unfortunately, nothing happening to change that big upper level air pattern. We know about persistent wet weather patterns, but thankfully ours has come to an end. We are dry across the upper Midwest and the Great Lakes region. No clouds in the sky here. Take a look at GFS Future Track. It has the winds plotted on the map. A southwesterly wind today is going to help us warm up a little bit more. Temps should be in the mid to upper 50s. Moisture begins to move back in on Friday, and with a cold front moving through the area, there's a chance for a little bit of rain. Now, it's a small chance. Any amounts are going to be less than 1/10 of an inch, but there is that chance for a little bit of rain on Friday. Then on Saturday, with colder air moving in, take a look at this forecast model. It's actually painting the potential for a little bit of snow to mix in with that rain at times during the afternoon. So if you are headed to the Badger game, this is Saturday at 1, keep in mind that it is going to be quite chilly sitting outside. Here's a look at our view, though, this morning from the WISC-TV sky cam. Sun comes up in about half an hour, but skies are clear right now. 28 degrees is our temperature. Winds are calm, so no wind chill to report this morning. Temperatures are chilly across most of the area. In fact, now 25 in Watertown, only 26 in the Dells. Should see a pretty fast warm up, though, with those winds shifting to the southwest today. They'll increase in speed anywhere from 10 to 20 miles an hour this afternoon. So again, a breezy day, but a relatively warm wind. Here's a look at your pinpoint city forecast highs today. New Glarus, you'll top at 56 degrees. Evansville climbs to a high 55, 54 in Sun Prairie. To the west, we're looking at 56 in Fenimore, 57 in Mineral Point, and to the north, 50s as well. Plenty of sunshine, 58 in Lone Rock, as well as Prairie du Sac. Here in Madison, our forecast high is 58 as well today. Yesterday we topped at 50, so a little bit warmer than that. Still in the 50s on Friday, but definitely not as much sunshine. And there is that chance for a shower mainly through the morning. Turning much cooler for the weekend. Keep in mind that rain, possibly some snowflakes on Saturday, and then dry on Sunday, but highs only in the upper 40s.
Oh,
Look at this pair. Toby and Berger in Deerfield. What a cute picture.
look at those eyes.
I don't know which one is Berger, but
Yeah. Go frolic outside, Toby and Berger.
it's an outside play day
Yeah.
today.
Thank you, Hattie.
You're welcome.
Stay with us. The morning sprint is up next. From 6:52 your time now for the morning sprint. It's still hovering around 30 degrees this morning, but Hattie expects us to get close to 60 this afternoon.
Christina Laurie is live on the UW-Madison campus talking about a two-day recruiting effort by Foxconn. But we start on Madison's west side, where police are investigating a robbery that escalated into a shooting last night. This happened inside an apartment building on Hammersley Road, just off the Beltline near Tacoma. Now, police found a 30-year-old man with a serious gunshot wound to the stomach. He is expected to be okay. Police are now looking for two suspects they think were trying to rob that man.
Police in northern Wisconsin are still looking for the teenager missing from her home and the gun that was used to kill her parents. The Barron County Sheriff said in a press conference yesterday that 13-year-old Jamie Kloss was likely at home when both her parents were shot to death. An Amber Alert was issued for Jamie Monday after officers got a 911 call from inside her home. They have not said who that phone belonged to. If you know anything, you're asked to call 911.
The Washington Post out on the newsstands this morning will include a column on free expression in the Middle East written by missing journalist Jamal Khashoggi. It's now been 2 weeks since he disappeared after going into the Saudi consulate in Istanbul. Khashoggi often criticized the Saudi government in his articles. Turkish investigators continued searching the consulate overnight. Saudi leaders are denying any involvement. President Trump will meet with Secretary of State Mike Pompeo today about the situation.
Breaking overnight, the former head of USA Gymnastics is under arrest for felony tampering in the sexual assault investigation into Larry Nassar. A district attorney in Texas alleges that Steve Penny had documents related to the former doctor's crimes removed from a training center, the goal to hide them from the investigation. Penny resigned in March of last year. If he's found guilty, he'll face up to 10 years behind bars.
Clear skies to start this Thursday morning, but it is a little chilly outside. Temperatures are starting in the 20s in many spots today. 28 in Madison, 25 in Lone Rock, 26 in the Dells, and 28 in Janesville. A nice warm up, though, is expected as we go through the afternoon. Southwesterly winds will be increasing. We're looking at highs in the mid to upper 50s later today.
All right, thanks, Hattie. City leaders are going to be talking about the Judge Doyle Square project tonight for the first time since the mayor proposed paying more to keep construction on track. Mayor Soglin wants to pay Beitler Real Estate $600,000 more to make up for the time they lost filing a lawsuit against the city. Tonight, the Monona Terrace Board will talk about an agreement to block hundreds of rooms at a new hotel on the square for events at the terrace.
Right now, Foxconn is recruiting for several hundred positions here in the state of Wisconsin, and today they're bringing that job search here to the UW campus. It's the start of Foxconn Days, a two-day event for students, alumni, and the public to learn about the company and its career opportunities. All students interested in working at Foxconn should bring their resumes to Foxconn Days either today or tomorrow. There, they'll learn about the jobs available in the Wisconsin Valley Innovation Network, which includes positions in Mount Pleasant, Milwaukee, Eau Claire, Green Bay, and Racine. Even if you're not looking for a job, you can attend the event and learn about upcoming research collaborations between Foxconn and the university.
Thank you, Christina. President Trump was last in Wisconsin for the Foxconn groundbreaking back in June. He'll be back next Wednesday, the 24th, rallying for Republican candidates at the Mosinee Airport just south of Wausau. He is expected to talk about growing the GOP's majority in Congress.
16 counties and 2 cities here in Wisconsin will be seeing questions about marijuana on their ballots next month. In our area, that includes Dane, Rock, Marquette, and Sauk counties. The questions are only to gauge public opinion. They won't actually require lawmakers to take action. According to a Marquette Law School poll from August, 61% of voters support full legalization. 36% are against it.
Speaking of legalization, marijuana dispensaries are open for business in Canada after the country became the second in the world to legalize recreational use. Canadians can now buy up to 30 grams of pot without facing charges. Anyone convicted of having that amount of weed or less will be pardoned. Medical marijuana has been legal in Canada since 2001.
The Brewers are hoping for some Miller Park magic after another loss to the Dodgers has them on the brink of being eliminated from the playoffs. LA beat the Brewers 5-2 yesterday to take a 3-2 lead in the NLCS. They'll have to win both Games 6 and 7 at Miller Park to move on to the World Series. First pitch for Game 6 is tomorrow night, just after 7:30.
6:56 right now. Let's get one more check on traffic this morning with Jason Stone. Good morning, Jason.
Good morning. No issues on the Beltline as drivers are moving at the posted speed limit. Brake lights starting to show up on Stoughton Road interchange in all directions while volume is increasing on the westbound exit ramp for Verona Road. It's smooth driving on John Nolan with light traffic forming at the Rimrock intersection in all directions, and it's getting busy at North Shore Drive. Traffic is starting to converge on the East Wash and North Stoughton intersection, and routes are coming into Madison are clear for your morning commute. With your First Alert Traffic, I'm Jason Stone.
Thanks, Jason.
A beautiful start to this Thursday morning. A little frosty outside, but skies are clear. We have a lot of sunshine in our forecast today. Your day planner temperatures take you to a high of 58 at 3 p.m. this afternoon. Again, the southwest winds increasing.
Be sure to tune in to CBS This Morning. They were actually talking to the filmmakers of Making a Murderer ahead of the second part of the series coming out.
Making plans that are weather dependent? Get an accurate 12-hour, even a 10-day forecast. Download the Channel 3000 First Alert Weather app and start planning.